still alive. I can finish this skit even though my throat is lacerated with small pieces of acid-coated shards of glass. We're here to talk about how the volcanoes in the Cascades are the long-distance landlords of the southern Rocky Mountains, and they serve severe eviction notices from time to time. What I'm talking about, you can see, is a white layer just below, about a meter below the grass up there. That is one of 3 ash events that occurred here in the southern Rocky Mountains, right here near Calgary. That one is part of this big orange-colored one from Crater Lake, and that's called the Mazama ash, and that occurred 7,600 years ago. There was another one from Mount St. Helens that occurred about 2,300 years ago, and there is one from Meager Mountain, the Bridge River ash, which occurred about 3,400 years ago. So about every 2,000 years or so, there's a big ash event. So why is ash such a big disruptor here in the southern Rocky Mountains? Well, firstly, it's very small particles that are very, very sharp. So it's essentially broken glass, and it's usually coated with sulfuric acid. And because it's so dusty, when it comes down, it creates lightning and creates forest fires. So it's very devastating. In this picture right here, you can see the ash is coating this area in southern Washington from the Mount St. Helens explosion. You guys look like you are of the right age. Do you remember the Mount St. Helens explosion?
Yes, I do.
In 1980?
Yeah, we even had ash here in Calgary.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this ash can be pretty disruptive. What happened, there we go, what happened in the Crater Lake ash event that created that layer of ash 7,600 years ago is it caused the peoples that lived here to move east. And part of the reason why they had to get out and obey the eviction notice was because there was 15 centimeters of ash, which is about this much. And it's since then been compressed into that white and dark layer that you can see up there in that ash layer. There was also another ash event that happened farther north, and this is called the Bridge River ash event, and that occurred about 1,200 years ago, 1,150 years ago. And that was also a very significant disruption event in the Rocky Mountains here. It caused the people who are up there, the Dene-speaking people, to move 4,700 kilometers south and form the Navajo and Apache nations. En route, it left our neighbors right over there, the Tsuut'ina, who only walked about 1,000 kilometers south. So, here is the relative volumes of each one of these ash events that occurred. You can see the 1980 Mount St. Helens ash was really pretty small. And even the Mazama ash up there isn't very big. The one that we need to be concerned about is Yellowstone National Park, the caldera at Yellowstone. Here is a map that shows if it exploded like it exploded 600,000 years ago, here in southern Alberta, we would have between 10 or 30 centimeters of ash. Can you imagine what would happen to that? How would that affect our life?
Breathing lungs.
Covering the ground, covering crops, everything.
Yeah, that's right. So it would be just as disruptive as each one of these other ash events happen. The only issue for us is we don't really have lots of other places to go to. We kind of have to figure out how to live with it and move on, unlike all of the people and animals that lived in the southern Rocky Mountains in the past. Every time one of those Cascade volcanoes blew, the landlord served a severe eviction notice, and the survivors had to move on.